All right, welcome back to the rest of the story. And we're actually going through, currently me, Dad and Brittany have migrated off elsewhere, going through cleaning out the trucks. We got the one I'm typically driving, the black truck here, and the blue truck. Now they're both up in the shed, and I'm kind of going through and finding all of the hidden crap that has accumulated underneath the seats for all these years that I've been running it. And I'm going to be transferring over the stuff that isn't completely useless over to the blue truck. The reason being is my dad bought a new truck last night. It's right there. I'm not going to show you guys what it is though. I'm just not feeling that generous right now. And here's an old decal that I actually had my sister make for the 76. I never got around to putting it on, but when I've talked about doing brands in the past, this is actually what my Cal brand would be, because I've always wanted to do something with the T attached to the K. Not really worried about statewide, worried about what everybody else's brand is. The big reason I want to do it is just to separate my heifers away from my dad's and brothers, if and when they ever really are mixed together. Not really looking to be much of an issue going forward here, because no, there are no cows on this farm. I did answer a question the other night as to why we don't have anything on this side of the feed bunk. That feed bunk's getting ripped out, and I'm planning on bringing my cows up here. Am I planning on buying cows? I know I feel like I'm repeating the same topics over and over again, but it must be just people that are just now tuning in, and I really don't want to get called out for being a jerk, telling people that have already mentioned this to you before. But yes, I am planning on buying cows. And did you get it clean? Perfectly clean, all squeaky clean. Let's go whip some donuts with it and tear up the school parking lot. Yeah, no. Well, actually we could, because the blue one doesn't have the tires changed out on it yet. So yeah, the plan is I'm going to swap out the tires on the black truck that are like a year old, put them on this truck because these tires are actually shot. I could take you down and show you what the tires are on the new truck, but like I said, I'm not feeling that generous, so you guys are gonna have to just wait to see the new truck. But a lot of this stuff, they get kind of rolls underneath the seat and stuff like that, so I will have a toolbox in the back of this one. Took out all of like the random stuff, like the bolts and tools, and gonna go through and kind of resort it out again. We have all of our cattle sorting equipment and fencing tools, pliers, and all that stuff in here. I'm gonna keep battery cables, jumper cables, and all that stuff. And I got a bunch of other stuff in the black truck that I'm gonna transfer over to this one. This one's gonna get cleaned up. The other one's gonna get cleaned up, and I'm gonna figure out how I want to try to sell this one. I'm either gonna put it alongside the road or put it on Craigslist, or both, or Facebook. Not too overly worried about it right now, but that's what's gonna happen. But Dad actually brought home his truck, his new one, but it's got to go back and have some work done to it. So, well, not so much work. What do they got to do to it? They just got to go through it, change the oil and stuff like that.
The guy traded it, and I bought it the next day.
Yeah, like it's a used truck, which makes sense. We've already been over this. It doesn't make sense to buy a new truck. It doesn't. I mean, you pull them off the lot and they depreciate just like that. So Dad and I went down, well, today's Sunday. We went down Thursday. I'm not going to tell you where we bought it from, but we went down Thursday and there really wasn't anything on the lot. And big deal. Well, Dad said he went and checked the online. What's that?
Their website.
Checked their website 2 nights ago, and this one was literally just in. And they went and looked at it yesterday, and he ended up buying it. But it's got really low miles on it. It's an LP, so it runs on liquid propane. We're probably going to get the tank tracks mounted on the front. And are we going to get like the rotary beacon stuff? And okay, I'm joking, and the look on his face is, couldn't keep a straight face, but no, I'm not going to sit and tell you guys too much about it. I know everybody's probably going to really just bugged by it. I'm not going to talk about it too much, but we've had the truck, hasn't even been on the farm for 24 hours, so I think it can be here for a little while yet before we sit and discuss it too much. So the big thing is we just want to get some of this stuff preempted and get it cleaned out, which is really good. I mean, these trucks really haven't been gone through in it's probably been about 2-3 years now. So you get the stuff that has accumulated that you haven't used in forever. And the reason this toolbox looks so bad, there was a graphite bottle in it that the lid had fallen. Yeah, see, my hands are all black. That's graphite. And the lid had actually fallen off on a full cap of the full bottle of graphite that we use for the seed boxes in the corn planter. So I want to get the vacuum cleaner. I'm going to clean out a bunch of this, and I'm going to fill it back up with hitch pins and the cattle sorting supplies, fencing supplies, and I also want to go through and what else is I going to put? Oh, a bunch of tools and stuff, because I had a couple ratchet sets and everything that was underneath the seat in this truck that I can at least put in the back of this truck, because this is going to be the full-time designated farm truck, which they both were. But if I'm going to be running this one full-time, it'll be nice to actually carry more of the tools that we might need on a day-to-day basis, or an emergency. You know, need to fix something real quick that we weren't planning on, and not have to run back to the farm for stuff, because the back of my truck, don't mind the garbage, it usually gets filled full of tools and ATV ramps and everything else like that, which that is probably the only thing I'm really losing going to the blue truck, is as far as pulling having the ATV in the back of the truck with me like I was. To do that, I actually have to have the end gate down, which means I won't be doing it overly much. So want to go through and finish this up. I guess you guys can look forward to a future video between me or Ryan. I don't know if or when Ryan's going to do a video on the new truck, but yeah, Ryan actually hasn't even seen it yet. So yeah, I think it's only fair all of us get to see the truck before we start spewing it all over YouTube, which it's not really like we're trying to brag that we got a new truck in the farms. I mean, it's a truck, it's a vehicle. I mean, it's, you know, so. All right, with that, I gotta commence to get my hands even dirtier yet. So thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in. Take care, take it easy, keep in touch. I'll talk to you guys later.